There's actually so much to talk about because I haven't done like a tour properly before, so I'm probably gonna have to split this into several hundred videos. Hello, we're gonna have a little walk through the allotment today, see what's growing. I said a while ago I was gonna do some YouTube long form videos and I just haven't yet. I'm gonna walk you through. I think a pretty good place to start actually is this pear tree here, which I've got a pumpkin getting trimmed up it, and I can take the weight. I do this every season. This tree wasn't planted by me. It was planted by one of the previous tenants called Robin. I don't know what he's up to now, but thank you very much, Robin. This pear tree and this one also was planted by him, as well as these apple trees, which I've started over here and I've now trained up to go along this swing seat here, which is quite a fun vibe, I think. Moving on from the pear tree here, we've got just a carpet of coriander. Now this is from like a 750 gram bag of coriander seed that you'd usually cook with, and all I done was simply scatter them around, pour a bit of soil on top and give them water, and the smell is just amazing. You can see this section here is a little bit later to grow. But that's fine, they might have been sown closer together and competing for light, water and nutrition. But this is all going to come up really nicely now. I'm going to do another load over there in between the celery, which looks quite similar. The leaf structure. You can see that's quite similar, isn't it? All this in between. They're just weeds. I mean, weeds are just things that you personally don't want, so weeds are different for everybody. I don't want this chickweed, so it's called a weed in my eyes. This is a self-sown tomato. I don't know what type, but as it's late season and outdoors, I'm just going to nip off these runners here, the suckers, because that's just going to try and create many leaders, and we don't want that. We just want it to focus on the fruits, which are here. So you can see the main stem going up, another leaf going to the left, and then the ones that go diagonal are the suckers, and we don't want them. Not in England at this time of the year. One and two trusses here. I'll probably leave it at that because it's outdoors. So I'm gonna nip the top off here. I'm happy with two trusses for a self-sown tomato plant outside in the north of England at this time of year. I've got more chance of getting fruit from it, as all the energy will go into these two and not up here and out here. So I'm quite happy with that. If it was earlier in the season, you could take these suckers, put them in the ground, water them, and they would reroot in about a week or two. They're quite quick, but I won't do that. I'll just put them in the compost. Over here, we have a beetroot, which would be quite fibrous to eat now, so I've let it go to flower, and then now it's going to seed, and I'll harvest the seeds for next season, so I can have home saved beetroot seed, which should be nicely adapted to the environment and generally fresher, so we'll see about that. This is a self-sown poppy seed. I should probably take these off soon because they will disperse. Tiny little seeds, poppy seeds. I'll have more weeds like that. I quite like them. I like the flowers on them, so I keep them for a little while, and then I'll dispose of them in the compost, and we'll reuse that energy. This is another self-sown tomato plant. It's been quite rainy and sunny, so it's taken off quite a lot, but again I'm going to take out these diagonal suckers. There's another one. It is quite hard to understand to begin with what you need to do with these in this environment. But basically that grows up straight, the main stalk, that's fine. Then you get the leaf that comes out like a 45-degree angle. No, 90 degrees. And then anything that comes out the diagonal, you want to take off. That is a flower, leave them. One, two, you see, that there is a sucker. And that is now competing with the main leader. I'm going to take it off. As much as it pains me. It was probably about to make flowers, but I'd rather catch it now. It seems harsh, but it needs to be done. So now we are left with one straight stem. One straight stem all the way up, and that's what we need. That's what we like. So we've got one truss, two truss. We've got some flowers growing there. I'll leave this one and try three trusses. I'll come back to that later. Right next to it is the pumpkin I mentioned earlier, which is planted there. Follow the stem all the way up, it gets trained along the pear tree, which is fine. Look, there's a little pumpkin. Flowers about to open. These will grab onto anything they can, and they're really, really strong, the tendrils. So you can see that grabbing onto a leaf. Now the pumpkin won't go anywhere because they're really strong. There's another one. This is the second pumpkin. And I come back around towards where we started. We've got lots to look at. But these are all my herb buckets. The perennial herbs anyway. Things like thyme, savoury here. Got some oregano. And we've got some mint. That's ginger mint. Things like this will spread really quickly, so I put them in buckets so I can contain them a bit better. This is some mint here, basil mint. Now that, you can already see it sort of would have started here and spreads underground through rhizomes. So that'll just continue to go. If it was underground, it would be over there. But as it's in a bucket, it's nicely contained, and I can just control it that little bit better. It smells great. Lots more herbs here. Got this nice lemon thyme here, snowdrift thyme, or sparkling bright it actually is. Sorry. That's snowdrift, that one. It smells amazing. Over here, got a little experiment. Somebody was throwing out some bamboo. You can see that's what it was. I cut them off. I'm going to use them to grow some beans up or support. But when you cut them back, you allow it to regrow. And again, this could be invasive, so it's in a bucket and I can control it a little better. This is my favourite herb, called the cola plant, and it smells just like the cola sweets, but I'm yet to have it taste nice. There'll probably be some chef magic you can do to bring out those flavours and maybe the oils, but I don't know yet. Look like a thumb. Now this one is really exciting. This is the greenhouse, but not as you know it, because it's dug down 70 centimeters. Whew, it is hot. See, that's where the floor would have been. We've dug down to make a little microclimate and kind of double glaze the floor would have been the floor, but now it's not. That allows us to grow crazy things down here. This is sweet potato. The vines coming from over there, growing crazy. In fact, I don't know what to do with them. They will be making some tubers underground, but we just see the leafy nonsense that goes on up here. The leaves are edible as well. You can use them like grapevines if you want to wrap them around different delicious things. God, it is hot. It is 35 degrees in here. At night time, down here, keeps the temperature. That'll probably go to about 20 degrees at night. Which is roasting. And it'll probably be about 12 degrees outside, so you can get like an 8-degree difference. Which also means you can grow things like this, ginger. Again, it's actually underground what you want, but these leaves taste delicious too, albeit a little fibrous, but very, very tasty. The flavour infuses well. That's a chili. It's nice. Sweet yellow chili. It's yet to turn colour. You can grow things like melons as well. This one's not doing too well, but it's a melon in Newcastle. I'll take that. Something up with my aubergines. That might be the answer. Yeah, it looks like spider mite on the aubergines, and that's why they're not doing too well. See that? That's some kind of pest. I'll look into that one, but that is why I imagine they are this kind of dotted colour, because they're infected. I'll look into how to treat that. It's a new one for me, so always learning. We've got some more peppers here. So hot. Very nice. We've got some more flowers here. This is Scotch bonnet, I believe. That one. So all your roasting. That is a lemon tree. That is watermelon. I'm not expecting anything from that this season. It was developing and a slug ate it, so I cried for a bit. This is just all basil on this section here. And I need to leave because I'm sweating buckets. But this is it. Oh. There is a thermostat here. It is 34 degrees underground Celsius. That's crazy. That's why it's all doing so well, apart from the pests. That was hot. That was really hot. Everything's sticking to me now. Coming out of the greenhouse, we've got a strawberry bed, some fig that fell off the tree, apple stepovers. One's called Santana, and the other one's called Hidden Rose. I believe the Santana breed is had an enzyme or protein removed from it, so people with allergies can eat the apple, but I'm yet to test it. Also, I wouldn't really want to test it on someone in case it didn't work, but I think it was designed in America, and still a tasty apple. These are all courgettes. This is a self-sown bronze fennel. Delicious if you like an aniseed flavour. I've got too many courgette plants here. You only need one for a family. I've got 7. And I like to eat the flowers as well, which you can see just in there really. Self-sown borage down there. Got a little friend here. Barry the bee. This one is a fig tree. The variety is Little Miss Figgy, and she ain't so little. Early in the season, started producing these figs. There were 5 on the entire tree, but as of just over a week or 2 ago, started making these brand new figs. And it's July, I'm not sure they'll make it, but I'm hoping so. They're growing quite well, and there's about 100 on here. So if I do get harvested figs, it'll be so cool. I've never grown figs before. The pears are pairing. Anything like that, you can see it's a little bit diseased. You want to just remove that. Let the deers have it. So I'm about 1/10 of the way there. I've got a whole plot allotment. Don't actually know the whole size of it in square meters, but I can find out and let people know. The rent is now £90 a year, which is pretty good for growing your own fruit and veg, and a little space to get away, catch the rays, have a bit of peace, be reconnected with nature and the food that we eat. It's worth it in my eyes, but they shouldn't put up the price, because you need it to be affordable. This whole thing needs to be affordable. It shouldn't be for the privileged. It should be for everyone, and be a little bit more self-sufficient, even if it's by 1% for the entire nation. How much is that saving on transportation, fuel, plastic, waste, and getting good nutrition into people as well? So I think everyone should be allowed their own little space like this. It's helped me physically and mentally. It's just so beneficial. Bye.